Hello, everyone, and welcome to Counsel India Present, the Psychology Talk Show. And you already know that when we start this talk show, we invite one of the guests who is actually making difference in the society, and that is especially related to psychology, mental health, therapy, and healing the life of people. So for today, we have a special guest with us, therapist Ashi. So, we'd like to welcome therapist Ashi on this show.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So actually, before we go ahead and I ask you some questions. So please tell everybody who you are, what you have done, how you have led up to this journey, because there are very few people who are working in this domain. Yeah.
Yes, so thank you so much for inviting me. My name is Ashi, and I am working in the field of mental health for, I guess, around 10 years now. I started my journey in 2015, and my journey started like any other person. I had questions for myself first. I had sort of a crisis in my own life where I had no idea what to do with my life, what should I do. But then I went to one of my college professors for help to show me a way, to guide me. And then she directed me towards a therapist, a psychologist. And that is where my own journey started, where I started with attending an EFT workshop, which is called Emotional Freedom Techniques, which is an applied psychology therapy.
Mhm,
I started taking that for myself. Then I also learned some energy healing techniques like
mhm,
Reiki.
mhm,
And as my life started getting better, I decided this is something I want to do for myself and help others as well as I work on myself, because it's a journey and you can help as deeply as you have helped yourself, as deeply you have
mhm,
healed yourself. That's what my experience says so far. So I started training in various modalities. I learned tarot as therapy. I learned NLP, neuro linguistic programming. So I am a practitioner in the field of NLP, expressive arts therapy, emotional freedom techniques, and inner child healing. I have a very eclectic approach when it comes to healing and therapy. So I use all these different therapies and modalities in my work. I have been featured in the BW magazine's 30 under 30 well-being, people who are making a difference in the lives of people with their work twice. So for the year 2022 as well as 2023. Yeah, that's all about me, and this is what my journey has been so far. It has been 10 years I've been helping people, and it's an absolute joy working in this field.
Awesome, awesome, fantastic. Musashi, it is really amazing to hear this, that how you have turned to this, to the therapist by your own experiences, actually, right? So
Yes.
whenever you start, when you do something with your own experience, so it is very powerful when you do this, right?
Yes, definitely.
Great. Awesome, awesome. So, Ashi, you have done a lot of work in inner child healing. You were saying that neurolinguistic programming. So let's go depth into it. So, what exactly inner healing child is, and how do you explain to the someone who is hearing the first time inner child healing?
Okay. Okay, that's a very interesting question. That's a very important question as well, because whenever I we mention this word that, let's do some inner child healing, people come across, huh, inner child, what is that? Why, what is this really? So all of us, we have different personalities. We have an adult in ourselves, we have a child in our own selves, we have a parent in our own self. And basically these are our different personalities, and it gets formed, it gets built by different models that we come across in our own lives. So we are as good as a parent as we have had for our own selves, and if we want to become better at it, we need to understand how do we connect with our own selves and see where we went wrong, where our parents went wrong, healing those wounds that we have from our childhood, the traumas. So, inner child healing is basically connecting with your inner child, the wounds, the experiences that we had in our childhood. All our beliefs, all our aspects, the way we think, our entire personality is formed by the age of 7. So, everything that you need to learn, you're done by age 7, and whatever you're doing today, you're probably doing it from the intelligence of that 7-year old. So sometimes we come across a lot of blockages, a lot of patterns keep on repeating from our childhood. We see that similar kind of things are happening again and again to us. So in order to break through from those patterns, this
Mhm.
is one of the techniques that we sit with our inner child, and we pay attention to all those memories, those wounds from the past, so that it can be healed now. Maybe we did not have resources to heal all those things back then. So now we take the time in the present to heal that and let all those wounds and traumas from the past go, so that we can have a better life, a different pattern, different choices coming in at present, and from now onwards going forward as well.
Okay, okay, great. So basically, you were saying that everybody has gone through the childhood, right? And
Yes,
there are certain experiences we have taken from our childhood, and
yes,
those experiences are building up our
yes,
personality. Doesn't matter we are adult now or we are in old age. So there is
yes.
something, whatever happened there matters a lot. You're saying this, right?
Yes, and probably you're taking a lot of major decisions based on that 7-year-old's understanding and intelligence.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay.
So
So,
imagine the, important decisions that you take today as a 30-year-old, 35-year-old, even 50-year-old, 60-year-old, does not matter what age you are, you're still
mhm,
thinking from that perspective,
mhm.
those understandings and learnings.
Okay, okay. So, Ashi, you are mentioning 7-year old child.
Yes.
So, why specifically 7-year old? Is there any other age also? This number resonates something. You say something.
Yes. Esoterically speaking, 7 is a very mystical number. It has a lot of mysteries. It's connected to occult, deeper knowledge. And when I speak about the age 7, that is actually where a child's brain is, sort of considered to be fully developed. All your belief systems, your knowledge, your learnings, that's considered complete. Your developmental stage as a child is complete till the age of 7. So that's why it's a really important number. First 7 years of your life are really important, and it is considered that it should I mean, a child should be given all the kinds of safety, all the resources, whatever they need, emotional safety, learning experiences. So that's a very the first 7 years of our developing years is are the most important years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the most development has happened till then. This is one of the reasons. Second reason is the numerology or astrology reason is
Yes.
there, right? Okay, okay. So why do you think that inner child healing is so important for emotional well-being and personal growth?
Okay. Uh, See, let's talk a little bit about our intelligence quotients. Okay, IQ as well as EQ, both are important in order to, when you are going out in the world, when you are trying to survive into the world, you need to understand both emotions, as well as you need to have that intelligence, that street smartedness, or that calculating ability where you can anticipate things and problem solve, use your logic. So it's important to have both the things developed during those years, whereas generally what parents focus on is whether the child is developing in terms of intelligence, logic, school curriculum. But having the emotional intelligence to understand where do you apply that IQ is also very important, and both actually are easy to develop. You can work on developing your IQ as well as your EQ, intelligence quotient. So I think both are important for your survival in the world.
Okay.
And emotionally, especially, healing your emotions from your childhood is important, because uh, unresolved emotions are like these tinted glasses that you are wearing and looking at the world. So your judgment is always going to be clouded based on those traumas and emotional wounds. So
Mhm.
as you go on healing these wounds, you will be more rational in your judgment. Your decisions are going to be less emotional, and you're basically responding to your situations, not reacting all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the benefits of healing your emotions, especially when you work with your inner child to heal the emotional traumas from the childhood.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So you're saying from childhood, if some emotion is stuck, some
Yes,
emotion is there which is not appropriate, right? That needs to be healed, and when it is healed, so it automatically improves our emotional well-being and personal growth. You're saying this, right?
absolutely, yes.
Okay. So Ashi, can you please share with us any case, any difficult case that you have tackled, and how it was difficult in beginning, and how did you solve it through this
Okay.
technique?
Okay. So I would share a case where I was working with a couple, because I also work with couples when it comes to difficult emotions. And also, I want to mention, when it comes to, couples therapy, relationship healing, people have this notion that, you need both of the parties involved in the situation for couples therapy or relationship healing. That's actually not true. If you are going through a difficult situation in your relationship and you want to heal upon it, it does not matter if your partner wants to work on it or not. If you are ready to work on it, it's you're good to go to a therapist and start working on it. You will start seeing your relationship will start changing in certain ways, because the change that you want to see outside, it first starts with you.
Mhm,
So, having said that, I was working with a couple. Initially, we started individually. We were working individually on each of them. They both of them have had been together for quite some time, but they were having a difficulty in deciding whether they should go forward, get married, go forward with the relationship, get married, or what should they really do about it. It was basically a straight couple, so a man and a woman in a relationship, and the man in the relationship felt that there were certain things that were missing in the relationship, there were certain things missing in the partner, and the woman felt no matter how much she does in the relationship, it's just not enough. She is not appreciated, even though they had a lot of love for each other, but there was an impasse. They were feeling just stuck somewhere. So we started working on them individually, and initially, when we started working on the problem, uh, both of them thought that the problem was with the other person, which generally happens. We are always pointing
mhm.
fingers when it comes to
Right,
relationship.
right, true.
So that the other person needs to heal, the other person needs to change. It took a while. I guess it took 2 months of inner child healing, and working on certain emotions and beliefs, basically, which made them realize, okay, there are certain things that they feel about their own selves that they're projecting on the other person, and they're expecting that the other person fulfill all these things, or they do certain things so that they don't have to see all these things that they feel about themselves, that they don't accept in their own selves. So they were basically blaming it, shifting the responsibility of how they want to be and what they think about themselves on the other person. It was a bit challenging, and going further down the line, 6 months into the practice and into the therapy, it turned out the relationship was not a problem. It was just that both of them did not feel secure enough in their finances, in their careers, because of which all the problems were happening. And once they were able to identify the problems there, fix the problems in their careers, they just felt, yeah, we are okay to go ahead and get married. So they took
Mhm,
3 years to reach there, but they reached there. And I think one of the most important things that we need to remember when it comes to working on ourselves is being patient with our own selves, because it's not a quick fix. Therapy is not a quick fix. People generally come in with an expectation, 2 and 3 sessions, and a magic wand will be working. The therapist is going to do some magic, and they're just going to make all the problems disappear. That's not the case. We are just holding space for people where they can discover what's really happening within their own selves, and we actually then help them navigate what is the best course of action and the way forward for them to reach the desired outcome. You can do that yourself, of course, but trained professionals help you reach there faster because they are trained. Of course, they have worked with many people, and when you are too close to a situation, you generally can't see a lot of things. Just go in Hindi, we say, diya tale andhera. So sometimes we are not able to see what's really happening beneath us within our own selves. So the other person helps us see that better, and they're trained in, help you see your own problems and solutions better.
Yes, yes,
So
true.
this is, I think, this was quite difficult for me to deal with because um, it was like a puzzle, of course, that two people are coming in with each session, and they were not ready to work with each other in the same session. So working individually with them, and then they both coming to a point where they're like, yes, we want to get married, let's get married. And yes, both of them are married now, happily married, going forward
Yes.
stronger. So yeah.
Very nice. Fantastic. Great to hear this. And the insightful is this, that people are blaming, they do not want to live each other, but the problem was something else. They were not able to, they were not comfortable with their finances, they were not able to manage that, or maybe the stress of that was ruining their relationship. They were not realizing before.
Yes.
Very nice. Very great. So, could you share one simple or a beginning friendly practice anyone can try at home to start their inner child healing journey?
Okay. Very easy to do inner child healing technique. I think writing letters to your inner child is
Mm-hmm.
the most effective, and I mean, journaling is something that I recommend as the most basic form of therapy.
Mm-hmm.
As I also uh, conduct workshops on doing art journaling, where
Mm-hmm.
we combine art and journaling together, and it speaks directly to your subconscious mind. It helps you, speak to your inner child directly, because our inner child is very creative, and it just comes out and plays during those sessions. That is what I've seen during those group sessions that I take, where I teach, where you can sit with your own self, your own creative self. So I think very simple form of it is, you can just sit at the end of your day and talk to that younger you. Anyone can do this, and you can write letters to them, telling them how things have changed today, how are you feeling. Also, one more thing that you can do is just sit with that part of your childhood, that age group, just sitting with closing your eyes, and um, taking a maybe pillow or a teddy with you, and let that inner child who did not get, all those resentments that you have, this did not happen, that did not happen, this was wrong, that was wrong, that particular age group, that particular child, you sit with them, you just listen to them. Don't try to teach them anything, don't try to preach them anything, just sitting and listening to them. So having that conversation with that child, where you are writing letters to them, letting them know how things have changed, and also listening what they had to say and what do they need, and just giving it to them in that moment. Sometimes some traumas are as small as, they happen because we did not get a hug. We really
Mm-hmm.
needed that at that point of time in our childhood, but we did not get it. So just sitting with that child and giving them all the things that they needed. Maybe you needed a video game when you were small, and you could not get it because of XYZ reasons. So today you can, if you can afford it, you can go ahead, play games. Playing is actually the most simplest form of connecting and healing your inner child. So getting involved in activities where you can draw, paint, sing, dance, play, spending time with children, this is something that can help you heal your inner child very easily. It heals that part of you from within, where you feel happy, and you experience that catharsis, that healing that you needed back then.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So they can sit with themselves. They can identify. Even play can be one of the amazing thing, right? And writing letters to themselves. From there, they can start.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So, Mr. Shige, how do you incorporate emotional freedom technique in
Okay.
your practice, and what kind of issue does it help to solve it?
Okay. So, emotional freedom technique is actually a combination of hypnotherapy and
Hmm.
traditional Chinese medicine meridian points. So, there
Hmm.
are certain points on our body which are also used by acupuncturists, acupressurists, you know. So, we have certain points that we tap on them, and we say certain statements, which is
Hmm.
the truth of the situation. They are
Hmm.
not affirmations. Generally, people have this notion that they are affirmations, but they are not affirmations. They're actually statements of truth. What is the truth of the situation? So, as you're tapping on these points and you're saying those statements, it helps you release a lot of stuck emotions and energies from your body.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
people experience healing in terms of physical pain. People have healed their traumas, big traumas, grave traumas, small t traumas, traumas that are not considered. They have healed their complex clinical issues as well. It's a clinically proven technique. It is accepted worldwide. It's getting even more popular by the day, and it's a beautiful beautiful technique if you're somebody who is going through your emotional issues are so grave that you are physically feeling pain, because emotional pain is a very real thing, and it's a beautiful technique that helps you release all these stuck emotions, stuck trauma very easily. And it's such a beautiful technique when it comes to healing traumas that we call it, इसमें कोई रोना धोना involved नहीं होता है, where people avoid facing their grave issues because they think, yeah, I don't want to get into getting all emo about it. This is what the new generation says. I don't want to get emotional about it. I don't want to cry. So it is such a beautiful technique that you stay out of your traumatic memories and you can still heal all of them.
Okay. Awesome. Great.
You don't have to re-traumatize yourself in order to heal yourself.
Okay. Re-traumatize yourself in
Yeah,
order
you
to heal
don't
yourself.
have to do that, because that is
Okay.
what happens in traditional talk therapies. When you
Mm-hmm.
talk about it, you get re-traumatized, and that's why a lot of people avoid therapy altogether.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. And you were talking about some acupuncture or tapping some points. So would you
Yes.
like to highlight what are those points actually?
Okay. So I'll share a few major points that we tap on. So we
Mm.
start from the side of our hand and we
Mm.
call it the karate chop, because this
Mm.
is the place where all the karate people chop the boards and everything. So we
Okay.
call it the karate chop.
Mm-hmm.
So we start by tapping here.
Okay.
So this is our first point.
Mm-hmm. So we tap here
Yes.
like that. Mm.
Yes. Just be very gentle. Don't
Mm.
tap so hard that you start feeling
Mm.
it
Pain.
starts you
Okay.
yeah, there is pain, and
Mm.
it should not be so light that you're not feeling anything at all. Just
Mm.
right amount of pressure. So this is the first point.
Okay.
Then the second point is on the top of your head. Again,
Okay.
this is
Like that.
also very, yes.
Mm.
So this is a very sensitive spot as well. So be very gentle. When don't bang your head.
Mm.
Being very gentle and just tapping on your head.
Mm-hmm.
And the third point is where your eyebrows begin. So either side or both sides does not
Mm-hmm.
matter. It's a very forgiving process. There's nothing right or wrong about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? As we are doing, I'm showing you all these points. Let's do a small experiment where you will also experience the benefits of it.
Okay. Sure.
So
Why not?
just take a deep breath and take another couple of deep breaths and just pay attention. How deeply are you able to breathe? And just noticing on the scale of 0 to 100%, how deeply are you able to breathe? So, what percentage would you give your breathing right now?
Now, after you said, I'll give 90%.
Okay. So right now, all we are going to do is just tap on these points, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll just see what happens. So we start
Okay.
from here, the karate chop.
Mm-hmm.
Then we go towards the top of our head.
Okay.
The third point is where your eyebrows begin. So either side, left or right, or you can do both.
Okay.
Then we have the side of your head.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next point is below your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next point is below your nose. Then the next point is on your chin. After that, the next point is, so you have your collarbones.
Yes.
So just the soft portion below your collarbones, just
Okay.
below, right below.
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody feels like very intense emotion sometimes, sometimes you're very angry or very sad, you're like crying, you can't control your emotions, then you can also gently do this. Just taking your fists and this bump.
Like the
Then,
jungly जानवर like.
yes, exactly like that.
Okay.
That's actually a very, very powerful way to release your emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next point is below your armpit.
Here.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we come back to the karate chop. These are some major points.
Okay. 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 So here you tap and you release your emotions
Yes.
by.
And we also say certain statements
Mm.
uh, when we are doing specific tapping. So I just
Okay.
wanted to check in with you. If you could just take a deep breath and check in, how deeply are you able to breathe now? Is it better? Is
Yeah,
it
it is more than
worse?
90% now.
This is how instant the results of EFT are. It's a beautiful technique if you are going through, a lot of chronic pain, chronic diseases, you have phobias, fears.
Hmm.
It,
Okay, great. Awesome. Perfect. So after EFT, can you please explain how neuro-linguistic programming works in context of therapy?
okay. So neuro-linguistic programming is basically, in simple words, we can say it's the language in which your brain registers information. So we have all the programming languages in computer.
Yes.
So similarly, our brain also has a programming language
Mm-hmm.
that is called neuro-linguistic programming.
Okay.
So when we are using, and it's not an active technique as if as active as EFT, like I can show you these are the points, this is how we do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically, it has certain principles, it has certain presuppositions, some beliefs that you can use while you are asking questions with your client, and as you are asking your, investigating, getting deeper into the problems. So when you know this, you will be able to understand and identify core issues faster. And also, using same questioning techniques, it helps them unlock certain aspects of their own brain, and they get into the realization and introspective phase where they're like, this was happening, this is happening with me. They get into more introspective realizations.
Okay. Okay.
So
So, yeah.
how it works, I'll give you a little idea. So when I say the word apple, when I said this word, were you seeing APPLE, or did you see a red color image or a green color image of an apple?
Red color image of an apple.
Yes. So that is actually how our brain stores information in the form of pictures. And if I talk about it, it triggers those things. So we have, we get into details like that, and we make changes in your um, head like that. So, for example, if I say, I can give you a very small example also how we use NLP in therapy. So
Mhm.
I want you to think about a very annoying person in your life. Just thinking about them.
हम्म, हाँ अभी तो annoying कोई है नहीं मेरे लाइफ में.
Okay.
It was used to.
Okay. So when you think about that annoying person that used to be in your life, are they
Yes.
appearing on the left side or are they appearing on the right side as you are recalling them?
Left, right means when the picture is coming
Yes.
on
When you
which
are
side of it?
recalling that
Yes, so
person,
left side, left side,
okay, are they near or are they far from you?
near.
Okay. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to close your eyes
Mm-hmm.
and I want you to turn this image of this person black and white.
Mm-hmm.
And as you turn the image of this person black and white, the image of this person is getting smaller and going further away and getting smaller and further away and smaller and further away and further away and further away and even smaller and smaller and smaller. And the voice is also becoming really faint and getting even further and smaller and further and smaller and further and smaller and further and smaller and up to a point where there's nothing visible and it's absolutely black. Now filling this space up with golden color light and making it brighter and 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 brighter. And whenever you feel ready, gently opening your eyes and coming back.
Yes.
And just noticing how are you feeling about the entire person or the entire situation.
Now that annoying person is gone, that annoyingness is also gone. Gone.
Yeah. So NLP helps us understand how are we registering certain experiences and how we change those aspects so that it does not bother us as much. So there are
Mm-hmm.
different techniques to it. There are different. There is a science behind it that we
Mm-hmm.
get into, and it helps you become a better person. Your communication becomes absolutely amazing if you understand the principles behind it.
Okay. Very nice. Great. So, in how do stories help in healing emotional wounds?
Yes. Okay. So stories are such an important part of our everyday lives. I want to ask you this question. I want you to think about two teachers here. One teacher comes in the classroom, tells you all the technical aspects possible, gives you all the explanations in every detail, teaches you, and goes out of the class. And there is another teacher who comes in, tells you a lot of stories, no technical details, but everything is just stories and stories and stories and stories. Which teacher would you prefer studying from?
I love stories.
Definitely. All of us love stories because stories are genetically hardwired into us. Since the time of, early man, even before industrialization, when we were cave people, our survival depended on how well are we able to identify threats, how well are we able to transfer knowledge, share our learnings from one person to another, because we used to live in groups. And suppose somehow we were hunters and gatherers, and while gathering maybe some fruits, if we don't know what a poisonous fruit looks like, if the entire clan will finish by getting poisoned. So it was very important to transfer information from one generation to another, from older people to younger people coming in. And this used to happen around campfires where elders used to tell a lot of stories and give out all that information. So there is this very mysterious, beautiful, healing aspect of stories, especially if you look at the Indian tradition. There is a tradition of telling different tales. मतलब हमारे यहाँ कथाएं होती हैं, भागवत कथा होती है, um, पाठ होते हैं different, and all of them are weaved stories
Mm-hmm.
where there are learnings, there are lessons, there are characters. So there is nothing a good story cannot heal. And this is something that I think every good therapist needs to learn, how to be a great storyteller as well, because it instantly goes deeper into a person when you are telling a story. And the healing impact of, using tales and stories, mythological stories from across the world. I use mythological stories because I have international clients as well. So
Hmm.
I need to understand what will resonate with them. So tail therapy is that one beautiful technique that you can use in your practice that resonates deeply with your clients, and it has a deeper impact when it comes to healing. It's more long lasting. um, a lot of people don't have a lot of models, and we all learn by models, by having some role models in our life. We learn by just mimicking them. So at times, especially when people don't have a model that resonates with the kind of reality they want to create. So for example, if somebody is coming from a very um, financially backward background, where they are not, everybody around them is not doing so well financially, they don't have a model. So sometimes mythological stories can be a very good example to give them a model to look up to, where that they can mimic and create their reality based on that. So, tail therapy is something that can help you heal by giving you deeply resonating characters, experiences, solutions. Because at times when we don't know what decision to take, what to choose, we look up to some story. Okay, this person, this character has done this when they were facing a very similar dilemma that I also face in my life. What
Hmm.
did they do? So they just find a way, and it's very healing
Hmm.
in
So
nature.
to heal people, you tell the stories which are exactly related to the kind of problem they are facing right now.
Yes, yes. Also, sometimes when we want to give them certain advice, but
Hmm.
a lot of people have a resistance to it as well. Like, okay, if you're saying it, how should I believe it? Because of trust issues, whatever issues they have.
Hmm.
So we know that when we say this, they might not listen. But if this character, it is coming from somebody superior and powerful, it will have a better impact on them.
Right.
Introducing those insights and learnings, suggestions, maybe can help them out, especially when you're, working with cases of addictions. You will find a lot of resistance where people don't want to change, they just don't want it. So
Okay.
to show them examples from, mythological stories, or maybe telling them certain stories and then helping them out, that's very therapeutic and healing in nature.
Right. Right. Very nice. Great. In your experience, what kind of emotional patterns do you see most often in your clients?
uh Things have changed a lot in past 10 years, honestly. The patterns, the kind of problems we all are uh, facing, dealing with, things have drastically changed at a really fast pace in past 10 years. That's my observation. So especially in past couple of years, what I can see and observe is that communication has become a huge challenge. Ironically, today we have all the devices, technologies, apps possible to communicate with each other instantly. But the quality and the ability to communicate deeply with each other in a way that we understand really on a deeper level, that is deteriorating at a really fast pace. That's something that I am constantly addressing with my clients through my work. um, I think if we just take one small thing that people have stopped doing is taking the responsibility as a communicator. Like, and even in NLP there is this presupposition that is taught, that the responsibility of the communication lies with the sender. If you are somebody who is trying to communicate something, it's your responsibility to make sure that the person understood or not, ask for clarification, and making sure you are um, speaking in a way that the other person understands. People have stopped taking that responsibility. That's what I have started
Right.
observing, that it's not
Mm.
my responsibility. If the person is not understanding, then let it be. I don't care.
Mm.
In certain cases, yes, if the person is not other person is not interested, then yes, that's a problem. But most of the time, by just giving up on the responsibility, all the problems, especially in terms of relationships, all the problems that we are facing these days, where there is a rise in people resisting marriages or a lot of separation rates, it's all happening because of this one small um, fixable problem,
Mm.
is something that I can say. That
Beautiful.
all we need to do is just learn how to communicate once again.
Right. Beautiful. So you're saying that whenever we are saying something, we are not saying enough to make them understand. We're not making sure that our
Yeah.
communication is complete once another person understands. We
Yes.
just we just complete our effort, complete our formality. Okay, I have communicated. Now it's their problem if they're not
Yeah.
understanding it.
Yeah.
What should I do about it?
Yes. It's like that one-sided classroom teaching.
Hmm.
Like, I have just delivered the lecture, and whether you understood it or not,
Hmm.
it's not my responsibility. Whereas it has to be two-way, it has to be
Hmm.
reflective. Communication is a reflective process, where once you say something, you need to get feedback also, whether the other person understood what you were saying or not. And if not, then you change the way you communicated what you were trying to say. And that's how it goes.
Hmm. Right. True. Very nice. So by understanding this simple thing, there are a lot of things can be solved in people's life. Very nice. So, what one message would you like to give to our audience who might be silently struggling with emotional pain?
um First of all, you don't have to, because there has never been a better time to have all the help and resources available to heal yourself, to address that pain that you're facing. If you are somebody who's not comfortable talking about your pain with someone else yet, there are a lot of group therapies available. If you're not comfortable at all in talking to a therapist, whether it's individual or group therapy, the simplest thing you can do right now is start journaling. Just take some time every day to write down what you're feeling. That's it. A lot of pain will get released. You will feel a lot of relief by just writing all that, whatever is happening in your head, down every day. And whenever you feel ready or not, whatever depends on you, because again, healing is a journey, it's a choice. Whenever you feel ready, whenever you feel it's time for you, you're open to it, talk to somebody, talk to a therapist. We have so many amazing people available now, so many amazing therapists available. And I think there has been no better time to start healing and focusing on what really is bothering you and making a lasting change in your life. There has never been a better time. So
Right.
don't suffer in silence. You don't have to do that anymore.
Right. If you're feeling pain, you're in pain, go out and talk to a therapist, solve it, heal it,
Yeah.
solve it. Okay.
And if not a therapist, go out and talk to a tree. That
Talk to a
tree. That's it.
tree. Okay. Or write in the diary, talk
Yes.
to the tree. Okay. Just release the emotions. Your advice is this.
Yes.
Okay. Great. Perfect. So, Miss Ashi, we're moving for the last round, which is called the rapid fire round. Okay. So
Okay.
generally we have 10 questions in this rapid fire. So you need to ask in quickest time,
Okay.
as much as possible for you. Okay.
Okay.
So let's get started with first question. So one word that describes your therapy style.
Eclectic.
Eclectic. Okay. What's more powerful, thought or emotion?
Emotion.
If stress were a person, what would you say to it?
It's okay. It's
Okay,
okay. It's okay to be who you are.
great. One self care ritual you never skip.
Hmm. I never skip. I think uh slow mornings or just bathing. I think taking my time to, bathe.
Mm.
That's something very important for me.
Okay. Your favorite therapy technique to use with clients?
Art therapy.
Art therapy. One myth about therapy you want to break forever.
Therapy is boring.
Okay. A quote or the mantra you live by.
Um do whatever you want to do in your life, just don't break anybody's heart.
Okay. Great. Tea, coffee, or complete silence between sessions? Which one?
Complete silence between sessions.
Okay. What's the most satisfying moment in your counseling journey?
I think the time when a person realizes, when they're in that introspective mode where they can see their own, uh when they're, when they start realizing, okay, this is what I am do this is the problem, I am the problem,
Mhm.
in this situation, and this is the way I'm creating that problem.
When the clarity
Yes, that
kind of.
aha moment, like, it's like, okay, this is what's happening.
Okay, great. If you were not a counselor, what would you be?
I would be, I think, an artist,
Okay.
maybe a dancer or a singer or a painter, but yeah, I think I would be connected to arts.
Okay, great. Awesome. So we are done with the rapid fire. Thank you so much. It was a lovely conversation with you. And thank you so much for giving so many insights about what you do and how people can get help through it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure being here. I thoroughly